Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel, your go-to spot for all things audio and film. So today is all about boom poles. Yep, those unsung heroes of sound recording. We've got a pretty cool lineup for you: Ambient QP580, Rode boom pole and Boom Body boom pole. These guys are the talk of the town, but we're not just taking anyone's word for it. It is a test of 3 boom poles in most popular size, around 3 meters in full extension. We're gonna put them to the test, see how they perform and figure out which one's really worth the hype. So grab your headphones, sit back and let's get into nitty-gritty of these boom pole bad boys.
Blah, 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 blah.
Before we jump into the specifics, let's take a moment to understand what makes a boom pole stand out. We were talking with my fellow boom operator earlier, Adam, and here's the scoop. According to him, a top-notch boom pole needs to hit 5 key areas. It should be as light as a feather, yet tough as nails, extend and collapse without a hitch, dampen vibrations like a pro, and lastly, it should be as comfortable as your favorite pair of sneakers during those long shooting days. It's not just a stick that holds a mic. It's an extension of the boom operator's arm and, by extension, their creative expression. Alright, let's introduce our contenders. First, the Ambient QP580, renowned for its carbon fiber build that promises both strength and feather-like weight, adjustable from 81 to a whopping 310 centimeters. Next up, the Rode boom pole. This one's crafted from a premium aluminum and boasts a reach of up to 3.3 meters. And finally, the Boom Body, another carbon fiber one, versatile with its 93 to 308 centimeter range. It's a battle of materials, design and ingenuity, and we're here to uncover every detail. Let's see if their lengths are the same as it is written on their product pages. Here we have a baggage scale and we'll use it to weigh our boom poles. Now let's see if what they write on product pages about their weight is accurate. Let's talk about their build in general. Boom Body and Rode have 4 sections, Ambient has 5. This makes the Ambient the shortest when collapsed. My personal preferences are, however, to have less sections to make collapsing and extending faster by making less moves. Ambient and Boom Body have this rubber thing on the end, preventing from damage and unwanted noises. Next up, build quality and materials. This is where we get down to the nitty-gritty. The Ambient QP580 boasts a sleek carbon fiber design with UHM fiber layering, a modern touch to a classic tool. The Rode, with its lightweight aluminum build, promises both durability and ease of use. And the Boom Body, it's a fusion of strength and agility thanks to its carbon fiber construction. Both Boom Body and Rode has plastic-looking locks, while Ambient has ones made of metal thing. First thing that comes to my mind is that metal one is more durable, but plastic ones way less. Hope the plastic ones won't break in a minute. Let's put a blimp with 416 inside on the top of each one. and see how easily they stretch, how easily are they to handle, how's the grip, and what's probably the most important thing, how's the handling noise, both wired and with wireless plug-on. Let's listen to the blimp itself, because the one we are using today is a Rode blimp, which is not the best on the market. Now let's jump into playing with each boom pole with plug-on and cable. Boom body boom pole, handling noise. Extending one segment. Going right, going left. And full bend. And this is ambient boom pole. Handling noise. Okay, extending. Going right and going left. Full extension bend. And now we are testing handling noise of Rode boom pole. And we are extending one segment. Going right and going left. And let's see full extension and the bend of the boom pole. And few moves. Boom body boom pole wired. Okay, extending. Going right and going left. Handling noise, ambient boom pole wired. Extending. Going right and going left. Rode boom pole wired handling noise. Okay, extension. Right and left. Any major difference between wired and wireless?
For sure, the weight, much less weight, which you can feel it on the longer distances, especially. And the annoying cable that goes into your way.
So there is more weight with a transmitter,
For sure.
but you need to be more careful having wire.
Yeah, having cable around your neck.
Yeah. But you prefer wire or wireless?
Depends if you're on a very Wi-Fi polluted location.
Yeah.
And you're using a device like Teradex, and you have the plug-on from Rode, which uses the 2.4 gigahertz transmission. Might be a little risky sometimes. You can get some drops, and this one is much more solid, safe. Yeah, you can.
In case of transmission.
In case of transmission, and of course the quality might be slightly better, but nowadays the plugins are not so noisy, especially the Rode one. It's fine for me.
And if you go with radio transmitter, then no problem with 2.4.
Yes, exactly.
Used by the video department.
Yep. But you pay more, I guess, for the
luxury.
Yeah.
Time to sum up things. Let's listen to Adam and his thoughts after comparing all three contenders.
The Rode Boom feels very rigid, but of course it's because it's made out of aluminium, which makes it very heavy comparing to the others. The lock mechanisms are a bit snappy, like they don't work properly sometimes. You untwist it and you still can feel some friction, you see like it's locking and it's not supposed to be locked. It's pretty solid, but at the same time it's much heavier, of course. It doesn't have the rubber end, which makes it, you have to think about it when you want to leave it someplace on a floor that's prone to scratching or something like that. Anything good? Yeah, it's quite solid. As I said, it's much more firm when you hold it. Like it feels more firm, because it's made out of aluminium and it doesn't bend as much as the carbon fiber. That grip is pretty nice as well. I mean, the foamy thing that covers the grip area of the boom makes it nice to hold and also dampens the vibrations a bit, in my opinion. It's not that bad.
How much out of 10?
Overall, I think it's like 6 out of 10, not 5, 6 because of the price of it. Like it's pretty nice for the money. You can get something nice for the money. Ambient. So comparing to the Rode, of course, it's much more lighter. It feels quite rigid when it's collapsed. Nothing's loose and like it's easy to transport because it's really short. And it can become very long in a short amount of time. So like it's those mechanisms are much better than Rode ones, and it's carbon fiber, so it's lighter, but it will bend a little bit more. I mean, you cannot see it here, but of course you saw it on our comparison in the garden. I forgot to mention that the Rode's boom pole comes with a little rubbery thing here that will help you attach anything that like mic, the blimp or whatever you want to attach to it, because it's not gonna scratch the surface and it's gonna isolate the blimp from the hole itself. But of course, it's something you have to add when you want to mount anything to it. But it's a nice thing that the Rode thought about it, and you buy the boom pole and it's already attached. Talking about the rubbers, this thing is like it's super simple, but it's really something that will help you just put it somewhere and not feel like you broke something like I did just No, I'm joking. This will help you leave it any place. You're not recording and you just want to put it away, or just standing with it and you don't want to hold it in your hand. You just want to put it down. It will help you. It's very simple, but it's a very, very nice thing. But when it comes to handling noise, what I realized, the carbon fiber is also a bit more conductive. I don't know, like you could hear those movements a little bit more than with a road boom pole, I think. Maybe it's a rubber thing, maybe it's aluminum, I'm not sure, but like you can hear, this is just itself, it's pretty noisy, like if I was scratching it. But of course, when you record, you don't do this, right? But sometimes you have to do this, so it can be helpful when the boom pole is quiet itself. But on the other hand, if it's gonna be from carbon fiber, it's gonna be super lightweight, and I really like that. On the other hand, it's the most expensive one we have, so you have to pay the price, but you get quite a nice boom pole. And that's why I would say it's like 9 out of 10, just because of the price. It will be perfect if it were a little cheaper, I guess, maybe. I don't know. So the boom body, boom pole, I would like to compare it to the Ambient boom pole because it's made out of carbon fiber, so it's pretty similar construction. But what I realized is that it's a bit more noisy, I think, but I'm not sure whether it's because it's a different type of coating here used, or it's because it's very new, like it was never used before on the set, and the Ambient one was used a couple of times, so maybe this layer that kind of more oily or something like that, and it's just quieter because it looks pretty much the same as the Ambient filter. It just feels different when I was holding it and listening to the boom mic. I could hear more like bassy sounds, I think. But I'm not sure whether it's because it's new or it's just the way it's made. So kudos to those guys here. I think these are the best lock mechanisms I've ever seen in a boom pole, because they work properly. They're very easy to feel whether it's locked or not. Like it can help you sometimes when you're not sure if it's loose or not. Like you touch it and it's untwisted or twisted. Like I don't know, because I think that's because of those the construction of it. Like I don't want to go into too much into details because I don't know shit about it exactly, but it just feels better. Like Ambient is pretty lightweight. It bends a little bit, but it's not an issue. I think it's not like it's not too rubbery. Of course, it has this guy here, which I already said it's pretty convenient. It doesn't come with a rubbery ring, but it has this, I don't know how you call this, like a metal ring that you can twist and adjust. Like you don't have to twist the whole thing. You can just use this to make the connection more rigid. So I think it's pretty nice construction. And considering the price, I would say it's also like 9 out of 10, maybe even 10, I don't know. I don't know about this handling noise. I think I will use it a couple times on the set and I'll realize. Of course, you have to also take into account our blimp, that it's not the best, as you could see probably on the film. Like when I was handling just the blimp, you could hear a lot of handling noises, so maybe that's the case, But in general, it's very good boom pole.
And it's half the price of the Ambient.
Yeah, and considering it's half the price of the Ambient, it's like
and it's
super nice.
lighter.
And it's also lighter than Ambient. I'll go for this one instead of Ambient, actually. Yeah, I guess that's like self-explanatory. Like this one is somewhere in the middle when it comes to the price, and it's pretty much the Ambient quality, I would say. I really like that it's just 3 mechanisms that like it's super, they're super easy to open, lock. It's important sometimes on a set when you really want to extend it very fast, you know, you just, everyone's waiting, you don't want to waste their time, and you know, you don't want to director or the producer just, you know, like shout at you or hit you with a boom pole. Or yeah, I would go for this one because that's the best balance when it comes to the quality to the price. Yeah.
And here's my 2 cents. We've been rocking with Rode and Ambient for a good while now. Boom Body though, that's the new kid on the block, only caught wind of them this year, and just last month I thought, why not? And snagged their boom pole. Gotta say about the Rode, Adam's spot on. It's the heaviest of the bunch, might be tough as nails, but man, it's hefty. And these locks are not the best. It's a decent pick for hobbyists or folks who don't need a boom pole all the time. But for the hardcore pros, maybe not the top dog. Now, the Ambient. It's a compact little thing when folded, but not exactly feather light. My thing is fewer sections for quicker setups. Ambient's like the big name on campus, right? You see a lot of boom ups with it, but yikes. That price tag is the steepest in our lineup. I've got a soft spot for it, but is it the best of 3? Enter Boom Body. First time I laid eyes on it, I was like, whoa, it's the lightest here and yep, the longest when packed up. Deal breaker? Nah, still fits snug in my trunk with all of my other gear. The locks are slick, you get that satisfying click that lets you know it's secure, and it's a 4-section pole just how I like it. The weight difference between Ambient and Body, surprising, but I can feel it. And here's the kicker. Body's price is less than half of Ambient's. So what's my pick? If I need something that feels right, won't empty my pockets and leaves me some cash for cool add-ons like Boom Body's Boom Swinger, a real arm saver when you're on stand, I'd lean towards Boom Body. I'm guessing it's cheaper because it's not as famous as Ambient, but it seriously deserves more love from boom ups everywhere. Big thumbs up for the price-quality balance here. That's all for now, folks. Hope this video helps you find your perfect boom pole. Drop a comment, let me know your top picks and what you look for in a boom pole. Smash that like, hit subscribe if you dig my content, and catch you in the next one.